Hello, my name is Brad McCormick and I'm the Artistic Director of theatre company Kappa Pi. We made a show called The Important Man, which is all about fortune telling during the First World War, and we made that show in collaboration with Professor Owen Davies.
My name is Owen Davies. I'm a Professor of Social History at the University of Hertfordshire, and I'm also a member of the Everyday Lives in War Public Engagement Centre funded by the Arts and Humanities Research Council. I've got interested in the role of fortune tellers during the First World War many years ago, where I did a bit of research around some of the police prosecutions. Being part of the First World War Engagement Centre really gave me the opportunity and impetus to go back and explore in much more detail about how important fortune tellers were, who were the fortune tellers, and who was visiting them. So there's this wealth of information that we have, particularly in newspapers who are reporting on the prosecutions. An insight they provide into people's fears, concerns and worries at a time of war, at a time of great unrest and anxiety. The two main characters in The Important Man are based on two very real people. One was a diviner, a fortune teller who advertised in the press, and the other was a thought power advocate, someone who said, mind over matter could get you through the war, wrote a pamphlet called Bulletproof Soldiers. The first character, the fortune teller, the real character, was a man who advertised his name as Zazra. And in his adverts there was an illustration of him in a turban looking mystical. In fact, his name was Clifton. He was a Londoner. What he was doing was creating a new persona, a mystical persona, to inspire people into thinking that he was an Eastern mystic divine.
I prescribe potions, medicines. I speak to the spirits. In a crowded market, it pays to be different. And I am different.
Frederick Rawson, who was the thought power advocate, is a very interesting character. He's a member of upper class society. His father was very respected. Just before the war, in fact, he had become very interested in Christian Science and become a member of the Christian Science Church. And this led him to then break away, inspired by Christian Science thought, and form his own sort of, well, not nearly a cult, based around the idea that through thought power one could force one's mind to overcome matter. Now, this is clearly something which appealed to people during the war, because basically he's saying that if you thought hard enough and prayed hard enough, you could essentially dismiss all material things, bullets, shrapnel, trench foot, whatever it happened to be. Through the power of thought, you could just think it away, because all things, ultimately, all matter did not exist.
My sweetheart, will you ask me to marry him? Yes. Sixpence. No, please. Please don't cry. It is okay. Please tell me what is wrong and maybe I can help. So please, Professor, where is my brother? He is at the front, I assume. The song.
Because working with Brad and the directors and Katie has given me a different perspective on what is important about understanding the characters, the people that you're studying, not just as historical bit players, but what was their motive at the time.
A common fortune teller. A common fortune teller. I don't know where your father is, George. Nobody knows. Only God knows. The material is immaterial. The material is immaterial. It is only real if you believe it's real. Now get out of my house! And I discharge this firearm in your direction. What will happen, huh? Will the bullet just stop in front of your face and drop on the floor? Or maybe it's an opportunity for you to give us a bit of an exhibition, huh? Maybe you can catch the bullet in your teeth or swallow it and shit it out! The crowd gasps.
Because we are essentially, as historians, we should be storytellers. And so working with the experts, working with the playwrights, with the directors and with the actors, helps me as a storyteller.
So now you know.